This is a very important message from all of us at the Mark Report.
Fuck that nigga.
Good evening, Ustream listeners. This is March 21st, 2006, and we are just off a Friday Night Smackdown that we all know is recorded on Tuesday, but we still do because we have nothing better to do with our lives. What do you think of tonight's fantastic, great, entertaining episode?
Well, let's not over-exaggerate this.
It was in Tennessee.
So? What is that supposed to mean? I don't give a fuck about Tennessee.
You know two things that Tennessee have?
What?
KKK. Nah, they got Elvis. Elvis is great.
Well,
unless you're the black community, then you gotta hate the guy for no reason. But you know, it is what it is, I suppose.
Well,
Enjoy the King.
That is a long story. that Elvis.
Well, we could break it down next week.
No, because
next week we will dedicate 15 minutes towards Elvis and the black community. All right, next week, which what will be the date on Monday? March the.
That would probably be
24th.
No, that's probably like 20.
Next week after our Raw review, we'll break down 15 minutes of Chuck Berry and Elvis.
It's probably the 6th or the 7th.
Community.
So
the black.
Fuck Elvis. This show was not good. Can we just say
this was a great show? I'm looking at it right now.
This show was not
Bobby
good.
Lashley.
There was two good.
I convey.
The two matches that was entertaining was the one that basically.
Can you hold up? Can you hold up? We'll say them together, right? The first one.
What, the first match?
3. No, right. We'll both say our two favorite matches at the same time, right? Or one of them. 3, 2, 1, go.
Ray,
Mark Henry, Kurt Angle.
Oh, fuck me.
All right.
That's the first one? That's the main event. I'm not thinking about the main event.
I thought that was very good, to be honest with you. I thought Finlay and Rey Mysterio was brilliant, but
yeah,
I thought Kurt Angle
that's the first one I'm thinking about because that was the first match that came up, and I mean that's the only one I really
No, it wasn't. It was
about.
the Battle Royal that started the show. Well, after the promo.
Well, the first match, just one-on-one match. The Battle Royal.
Can I just say this, right?
Man, the Battle Royal.
I hate when they have to do the show in the Monday Night Raw arena. It pisses me off because it looks like dog shit. Last week they had the SmackDown arena, so this week we get the Raw arena.
It just shows you we had a lot.
They don't care.
No, it shows you we had a lot of money during the Attitude Era to carry that big ass fist around, and now we don't. Now we don't.
Is that really the excuse, or is it just they were in the same town conveniently for 2 nights in a row?
I mean, they might be in the same town.
Were they in the same town?
I don't know, but they might be in the same town. They might not be in the same town. It doesn't matter. You should still show the differences of the shows. Don't be that fucking lazy and just say, hey.
Nah, we'll just shove the blue tint over everything. Yeah, it'll be fine.
Hey, flip the apron over and get the SmackDown apron and then cover the Raw one. Like, that's how lazy it looks. It's awful.
Randy Orton there gave me a heart attack, by the way, when he jumped out.
How? He barely jumped.
Rey Mysterio.
He barely jumped.
He was jumping. He was like Spider-Man when he jumped down. What are you talking about?
Bro, he jumped how high you expect Mama Benjamin to jump. That's how high he jumped.
See, now you have to throw shade on the black community. When does it stop with you?
When does it stop with me? Says the one that mentioned Elvis Presley and said,
I'll tell you this, I've been looking to do a show for ages now. Instead, like, it'd be called The Park Show. And I'd talk about, like, wrestling, but then some politics, because everyone wants to know my opinions and only my opinions. And I'd probably lock it behind some type of paywall on our website. I think that would be a great idea.
Yeah, that idea is not going to have me in it. That's not.
No, you're not in it. It's just my only show.
Oh, it's just
like, maybe it'd be like a breakfast show. I don't know. It depends.
Yikes! But besides that, this show wasn't that good. It had like 2 good matches, and your 2 matches are probably different from my 2 matches.
Well, do you want to list the Battle Royal competitors to waste some time?
Go right ahead, because I'm gonna shit on most of them.
Tatanka.
Why is he still in the fuck? Why did they rehire him? What was
one
the
of the
point
French
of that?
fuckers. Simon Dean,
Renee
Super
Dupree?
Crazy, Psychosis, Road Warrior, Sky Too Hottie.
Whoa, stop.
Paul London, Paul Burchill.
Oh, God. Paul Bird.
Orlando Jordan.
Quick. They gave the entrances to 3 people.
Nunzio.
Bobby Lashley, Paul Bertram, and fucking Animal. Those are the 3 wrestlers you want to give the entrance.
Animal came out talking shit, though, so...
Well, Animal was in a fucking Money in the Bank qualifying match with Matt Hardy. What in the fuck
I would have loved to have seen Road Warrior Animal and the Money in the Bank.
We talked about this last week. Why in the fuck is Road Warrior Animal in a fucking qualifying match for the Money in the Bank in 2006?
We got Mercury and Nitro. I don't know what to say to that. Jesse, Kid Cash, Noble, Jake. Don't know who. I can't fucking remember, but it's Jake here. Funaki and Brian Kendrick. And you know who the winner was? Bobby fucking Lashley.
Well, okay.
Now, when it came down to the final 4, I kind of had a feeling it would have been Nitro.
There was only 2 people that was expected to actually win this.
Tatanka, obviously. Tatanka was definitely... Once he was in the final 4, I was like, fuck. Could he be in the Money in the Bank? Because he's really over.
I don't see him.
As you could say.
I don't see him. He's clearly over.
Oh, yeah, they were going mental for him. Just
sitting on their hands.
Stone Cold Steve Austin reaction for Tatanka when he came out.
We'll talk about the Austin shit that happened at Saturday night's main event, but because they can't stop mentioning it. JBL, the whole thing with Austin, like, is it like the first time Austin popped up in a few fucking months? So what? I don't care.
Well, before we move on from that terrible, well, it wasn't. It was a good battle royal, but Bobby Lashley won. Congratulations to him. Who do you think is going to win the Money in the Bank?
Well,
my prediction
now, since we got all the fucking competitors,
Ric Flair.
No. Like one of those last minute, like he got fucked up and he comes back and climbs and gets it. No, I feel like there's literally only like who else is in it? It's Rob
Shelton.
It's Rob Shelton,
Matt Hardy, right? Because last week
and Finley's in it.
So fucking random.
Yeah,
I don't think they really know what to do with this year's Money in the Bank.
There's only 3 people in this match that's actually been in a ladder match.
Clearly, Ric Flair's gonna win.
No, so it's either they want to get over Shelton Benjamin, because I mean he's been doing Vince's dirty work for I don't know how long, for like the past few months. Either they want to give him that shot, or they just give it to Rob, because Rob seems like the only one that's actually mega over besides everybody else here.
You wait, everybody. Just you wait next week or a couple of weeks from now, whatever. When is Mania?
Mania is in like 2 weeks.
All right, in 3 weeks' time, I'm going to bash the fuck out of this guy just because I told him Ric Flair would win, and he does win. And Ric Flair will be like, what, a fucking 17-time world champion or something.
I have
like
Shelton Benjamin or Rob. It's either or with that, because it doesn't seem like it would be anybody else.
Next match.
Pussy? Fuck you.
No, it's got to be fucking Ric Flair, I'm telling you.
Why do you think you're not explaining? You don't explain why it's going to be Ric Flair. You're just saying that it's going to be Ric Flair.
On the top of the ladder, Shelton's going to fall off and hurt himself by accident. And Ric Flair's going to get it, and they're like, holy shit, Ric Flair might have a chance.
No,
and then Ric Flair on the main event of Mania is going to try to cash it in.
The main event, so he's going to try to catch it in between Cena and Triple H. His old ass is going to do a run-in.
Oh, I was gonna say Ray and all, but
oh, imagine he gets his big gold belt back for like the 17th time.
Fuck it.
Fuck it. I mean,
Performance promo. He's very good looking. He's very tall and he's great. So, yeah.
Quick thing though, Randy Orton said that the first thing he said is, I don't need to have a flashy entrance, even though his
entrance has sparkles and shit, right?
I was just about to say that the past 2.5 years, he's been having piss come down when he fucking brings his hands out.
Kind of does look like piss, you know, when you're like nearly done, but it just keeps on treading along.
Yeah, like a little bit dry. It just drops after you're like, all right, come on, I'm done, and then it keeps dropping in. That's what Randy.
I need to head back out here. Keep it moving.
Yeah, that's what Randy Orton's entrance is. He has piss falling down on top of him. What does he think?
He walks in the ring, does his pose.
How more elaborate is his entrance? You have pyro. It's just piss falling on you.
I know. Road Warrior Animal has no entrance. He just walks to the fucking ring.
Tonight he did. Oh, I don't know why, but I just realized this now. Why does he think he's like Shawn Michaels? He has like one of those like pants, or like one of those cowboy pants where it's like chaps. It's like one of
That
those.
doesn't look good on anyone.
No,
all
it
right?
doesn't look
Unless
good on
you're
anybody.
a gay guy at the YMCA.
Exactly.
I don't think
it
looks
doesn't. It
very
doesn't
good.
look good on anybody. I don't know why he's doing that. I don't know why he's doing that. Shawn Michaels gets away with it because, I mean, his whole character is all flamboyant anyways.
I love why flamboyant is just a word used instead of saying gay.
Well,
But
because back then it was just like, is he actually gay? And then like, oh no, he actually has a wife and kids. Okay, that's just the gimmick then. I mean, I thought he was probably gay back then, but who knows?
Well, on that note of him apparently being gay, according to you, we're going to drop straight into plugs. Chris Benoit, Regal, I've just skipped over a match. Shit, we're actually on Finlay and Rey Mysterio now. Really good match.
Jesus,
unbelievable, hard hitting.
I like
Randy Orton comes out at one point.
I just love how Finlay in 2006 is still working. Like the fucker's been working.
What do you want him to fucking be unemployed?
No, I mean like as a wrestler, not like having a job. He's gonna always have a job somewhere in wrestling. He was training the girls back in 2002, so like he's always gonna have a job back there. But I'm surprised that they said, "Hey, you want to get back in the ring?" Finley's like, "Ah, sure, whatever the fuck." And he's like over here, like on SmackDown, having like pivotal. Like he has storylines on SmackDown. I actually really like the guy when it comes to him just wrestling. So I love Finlay. Ray's fine. Ray's good. I just think this whole push here because of Eddie dying is starting to wane thin. It's not gonna. I feel like it's not gonna last long. Most likely he's gonna win the world title because of it too. So I don't know. Because imagine him losing after this whole build about Eddie dying. Like, that is just a...
Ric Flair's going to be cashing in on him regardless, so it doesn't really matter, to be honest with you.
Well, we know Rick's a racist anyways. But it doesn't really matter.
I never heard him be racist towards Spanish people.
Anybody that's...
the Españols, as they call them.
Anybody that's a darker skinned of color, you know.
Rick's not that dark. Or,
he's not that
depends
dark.
If he's tanning.
Yeah, right. It depends if he.
Well, Rick is.
It depends.
Ray is.
It depends
Ray's
if if he's tanning with Triple H. That's how dark he gets.
Overall, really good match. Stiff as anything, but Finlay tries to get the shillelagh. Referee gets distracted with that. Randy Orton comes in, hits Ray with an RKO when Ray was trying to springboard.
That was the
Finlay gets the win. It's the
cleanest
really
RKO.
good in my opinion.
It's the cleanest RKO I've seen in a long time.
I don't get this. This one kind of makes no sense. Didn't he just walk straight back down to the tunnel type thing? Can't the referee see a random person and they're like, well, this guy's down and this guy's walking out of nowhere. Wonder what that means.
Well, I think
that's obviously too deep to look at.
I think the concept is.
You know what I mean?
I think the concept is the referee's always looking down. So if he looked up and realized it, you probably would have saw it on TV. But the ref was he has his eyes down, so that's all he's paying attention to is like what's going on downward. And I always find it funny whenever somebody attacks, like somebody like comes in and hits the other opponent with a chair.
Can I just say something quickly?
Yeah.
The ones I love is when they hit somebody and then they hide under the apron because, like, wouldn't you do that until the match is actually over? Where would you unless last week, right?
Well, you saw how
I
fast.
have not seen a long time. No, can I say something?
Yeah.
Matt Hardy got cheated last week.
Yes.
Road Warrior won. They actually DQ'd it after the match was over. We rarely fucking see that. Why are they... Oh, that is so dumb, because by that logic, you should do that every fucking week then.
Don't give them logic.
So Road Warrior should be more pissed off that one week they actually enforced the rules.
That's why he was pissed off at the Battle Royal, and then he just completely tried to shit on
Well, he just said, I won, instead of just like, oh,
True.
I cheated, but they just decided to get me anyway, because they're cunts. But
well, because quote unquote, he did win clean. It's just, DQ. Because, he did something.
I fucking hate the reference system in WWE. It blows my mind how...
It's whatever works for the match.
Yeah, it's like, whatever works on the day. Oh, fuck it, the ref's now super genius. Next moron doesn't look up, doesn't look around, just counts the 1, 2, 3, and it's over. That's what must have happened to Bret Hart back in the day against Shawn, but I guess we'll never know.
God damn it.
Benoit, William Regal, don't care. We'll move on.
All right. That match was good.
I don't care.
That match was good. I like the match. I like Regal more than anything, mostly because I feel bad for Regal. Like, he's a mid-carder, yes, but you can give the guy storylines and he can actually do good. Like last year when he was like, even though Eugene is shit, it's like last year not last year, 2 years ago when he was with Eugene and then he started to basically try to challenge Triple H because he basically fucking killed Eugene. Like shit like that. He can talk, he can work in his own different style, and I feel like you can give Regal more of a storyline. Benoit's Benoit. He's the typical, he can do everything correct in the ring perfectly, flawlessly, and it looks real. But then when you give the guy a mic, it's like he has a fucking brain fart and doesn't know what the fuck to say. But I thought the match was solid. I thought the match was good, but the JBL Benoit feud is just kind of boring. I don't really care about it. And the fact that that's a Mania match, that's even more boring. It's like, I guess you have to fill JBL in there somehow, and Benoit has the title, so it's like, whatever. It's really bland to me. But the match was solid.
Okay, anyway, main event time. I really have none of that. I can't find those matches boring as fuck, to be honest with you. Really don't care.
Well, it was stiff. It was
more of my go for a piss or go and grab another.
It was basically it was
drink of some sort.
It was as stiff as the Finlay match. It was just it wasn't fast paced because there's no Rey Mysterio, and Benoit is obviously getting older, so he's slower. Like he's more like Benoit. He's more stiff, but he's also just more of a mat wrestler, more ground, like suplexes and shit like that. Same thing with Regal to an extent. He just does suplexes like and hits you with stiff moves, and then like does a lot of ground and pound shit. So I mean, yeah, if you're not into it, that's different. But I thought the match was solid.
I love how deep we went there on that one. We're very deep this episode. Well, not as deep as our sponsor though, which is Kurt Angle, Mark Henry. I don't know. There was a sponsor tonight. You can sponsor us, by the way. You can hit us up at a cool thing called Google Email, which is markreport1969 at gmail.com. Inquire about loads of shit there. Do what you want. Yes, don't be a cunt about it.
Hit us up, but don't spam, because if you start spamming, I'm just...
Now you tell them that, they'll do it. You don't tell them that.
They're not gonna... Our listeners are more... They're solid. They're not going to do that to us.
Are they? Look at the Ustream chat right now. Look at this guy, Donnie Donavito. Banned. You're going to call me an asshole for no reason for not responding to your 50 millionth comment. Yes.
I don't care.
Yes, this week I did rewatch Terminator 2. Okay?
Fuck. Why
I said last week in the chat that I was going to be watching it, and I might have been doing a live stream on Ustream with it,
but you didn't do the live stream.
I didn't do it, so fuck you, Donnie Donavito.
Hey, you got to remember that we have lives. we
I know, right?
We want to do things by ourselves, cunts. So let's not get hasty. You know what? Fuck it. Forget the email. Don't
can't
email
have shit
us.
in Detroit. Can't have Terminator 2 live streams. That's what happens. So fuck you. Kurt Angle, great match. Can't really remember much from it though, but I remember it was quite decent. Mark Henry looked like fucking Predator. I'm guessing that's what he's going with the way he's looking.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's sweat or just water, but he's very drenched.
Mark Henry?
When he comes out.
It's a mix. It's a mix of water and sweat. So like he's fat, and he's probably just walking around in his fucking singlet. So he's probably sweating. Most likely the water on his hair. Like it has
Nothing's
to be
worse than Albert though. That was a oh god,
ooh.
the sweat in the hair.
The sweat.
Guy must have stuck.
He must have. Yeah.
Imagine getting put in a headlock by fucking Albert.
Taker had a WrestleMania match between Albert and the Big Show. Those are two hairy fat men. Imagine having to deal with two hairy fat men at a WrestleMania.
You don't know which one to grab because you're going to be grabbing onto fucking long ass pubic hairs.
You just either just long ass hair or you're just grabbing on fat, and it's like, oh great.
Or as we call it, gristle.
It's like he's trying to fucking... I don't know what move you're going to try to do on the Big Show because he's too fucking fat. But Albert, I think he hit like a tombstone on Albert. That is nasty. All that hair, and you hit a tombstone on him. Ugh.
Overall, good enough match. Mark Henry actually won. Shocker, right? But it wasn't without some bullshit. Do you want to fill us in with that one?
Yeah, he actually won. I don't really like Mark Henry that much.
He doesn't like him because he's black. You heard it here first, everyone. Get on his case. Hit him up on fucking MySpace.
As I was saying, I don't really
Yahoo
like Mark
Messenger.
Henry. I don't really like Mark Henry
Yahoo
that
chat
much.
rooms.
He doesn't really do anything for me. He's not really that good. He had a promo backstage where he was just talking about how he's going to beat the Undertaker, and it felt like Bruce Pritchard was behind.
Very interesting. Can't wait for that.
Yeah, it felt like Bruce Pritchard had like cue cards behind the cameraman, and it was like, here, say this next, but have to sound angry and black. Like, really,
imagine that. He just says, "What way do you want me to say it?" Black.
So what way do you want me to express my feelings? You know how.
Black.
You know how, Mark. You've been doing it for a while. But yeah,
sexual baby. Whoa.
Yeah, no more sexual. Like, Sexual Chocolate was at least decent.
Sexual Chocolate would get over nowadays. I'm telling you.
Sexual Chocolate was at least decently funny. It wasn't like awful. Like sometimes it was.
No, it was actually really good.
Yeah, so like you do that, and now I'm supposed to believe you're aggressive, Mark Henry. You're beating everybody. Kurt Angle and Mark Henry had a match. This was a rematch to the Royal Rumble match. That match was absolutely nothing. The highlight of that match was when Mark Henry cracked his skull with a steel. Well, I mean, when Kurt Angle cracked Mark Henry in the head with a steel chair. That was the highlight of that match, and it wasn't a no DQ, so he got away with it. But yeah, this match wasn't that good to me. I mean, it was entertaining because Randy Orton came out and the bullshit with Ray, but that's after the match, so I don't really count that. But yeah, it was all right.
Well, we are not that long now going into WrestleMania 22. The hype is clearly building on SmackDown.
Yeah, with Booker T and the Boogeyman, yeah. Yeah, that
hype. Yeah, we forgot about that.
Yeah,
the contract signing. That was fucking great. So the Boogeyman is going to be on WrestleMania, everybody. Make sure you pay that $44 or $49.99.
The highlight of his career.
So Queen Sharmell did not want to go out and see the Boogeyman. It'll be great shit at Mania, I tell you that. I can't wait. On that note, you got any final words?
Yeah, I have one more thing. The Miz.
Not the Miz and the college thing.
We get the spring break bullshit with the Miz. When I'm like, as soon as this fucker gets to the roster, no one is going to like this prick.
This guy's gonna be with Simon Dean within 2 weeks.
No one is gonna like this prick. Look at his haircut. He looks like a fucking bitch.
I gave you extra things to say, and you're gonna say this.
We forgot to mention it. We had to shit on him every time we see him.
We wrap it up here. My throat. I'm starting to get a throat. Like, my throat's starting to ache here.
See, Miz, thanks. You got my boy here fucking a throat ache because of just your appearance. Me mentioning you got this man.
No, it was already building during this amazing SmackDown.
Come on, I gotta shit on the Miz. Don't say that. But yeah, that was nothing. That was just bullshit. But besides that, the show was average. We got basically 2 more weeks to WrestleMania. The show, it looks okay. It's not really that good. Like, last year's card looked better than this year's card. I mean, they're trying to push the shit out of Cena. But this main event with Angle, Ray, and Randy should be really good. Hopefully they give them enough time, and it should be really good to work with. But besides that, this show was average. There's not much to say, nothing much to do, because it's not the go home show, so they're kind of just trying to.
Also, it's a SmackDown, which is recorded on Tuesday. Most of you's already read the dirt sheets, and I know what happened, so I don't know why the fuck you're even listening.
Just to hear what the fuck we got to say about it.
All right, well, hope you all had a good one.
Yeah, peace.
We'll catch you down the road.
We'll catch you for Raw next week. Peace.
Oh yeah,
What are we gonna discuss? What?
Fucking Elvis Presley.
No, we're not discussing
Presley in the black community. Obviously, all right. See you next week, everybody.
More things